Hello, my friends. My name is Blake Yount, Realtor and Executive Broker at eXp Realty here in Northwest Arkansas. And I am constantly doing market research to make sure I stay on top of the latest trends and information so that I can bring the best possible service to buyers and sellers in this area. So what I took a look at this week was I broke down price ranges. $100,000 increments starting at 0 up to 99,000, and then 100 up to 199,000, and so on, all the way up to $1 million plus. And I found some very interesting things, which I will show you the graphics in just a moment. But some key takeaways that I came up with along my research was that, let me check here, make sure I get it all right. First of all, you need to know that I did Benton and Washington County, and that's what I consider Northwest Arkansas. Most of the time I include Carroll and Madison County in my assessments because Northwest Arkansas is generally that 4-county area. But there is so much real estate activity in Benton and Washington County that I wanted to focus simply on those two for these purposes. So what I found was Benton County actually has 64% of our home sales between the two counties. So that leaves Washington County at 36%. And for those of you that don't know, Benton County has Bentonville and Rogers as the main two players, and then Washington County has Fayetteville and Springdale as the main two players. Just for frame of reference, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, Benton County 64% and Washington County 36% of home sales, which I thought was very interesting. Another interesting little tidbit is that the national median price of a home is right at about $420,000 right now. And 65% of our home sales in the Northwest Arkansas area with these two counties is under the national median. So while things are seemingly much more expensive here than they have been, which they are, we are still under the national median. In fact, our median price, average price of a home right now in Benton and Washington County is right about $363,000. So that was something that was interesting to me because that's 9% lower than the national average, national median. That's 9% lower, or I'm sorry, 14% lower. While our income is only 9% lower than the national median. So home price is 14% lower, income is 9% lower. So, you know, that's fairly close, but it does give you a slight indication as to why over 35 people a day are moving to Northwest Arkansas. They can afford to live here on the income that's being provided. There's a whole lot of debate about that. Income definitely needs to come up in this area, but by and large, compared to the rest of the country, we've got it pretty dang good here in Northwest Arkansas as far as home ownership and income opportunities. So I thought all that was very interesting. And then I mentioned that 65% of our home sales are made up of homes underneath $420,000. Just the price bracket of $300,000 to $399,000 makes up 30% of our sales. So that is definitely the most active price range in Washington and Benton counties here in Northwest Arkansas, $300 to $399, which makes sense because, like I said, the median price of a home in the two counties is right at $362,500. So, all right, I will turn on the graphics now so that we can go over each price range. I'll kind of talk over the top of them. I won't go into each one, but we're gonna dig into how the price per square foot varies per price range, what the typical home in each price range looks like, and then how the days on market corresponds to the price range you're in. And this is information that you need as a buyer or a seller here in Northwest Arkansas to know what to expect when you're out there selling or shopping. So let's get into the graphics right now. Hope to see you on the other side, and I hope you make it a great day in Northwest Arkansas. All right, so let's jump right into the data here. And first of all, to explain the graph sum, we've got the price range, the number of sales within that price range, the percent of the total representing the total. So if there were 3,421 homes sold in Washington County, and 20 of them were in the $0 to $99,000 price range, 0.58 of 1% is the total. Is the percentage of the total. Days on market. That is self-explanatory. Days on market actually, in a sold situation, accounts for the days that it was under contract and the closing. So, on average, homes in the $0 to $99,000 price range took 48 days to get on the market, get a contract, and get closed. So that means an offer came in at about the 2 to 3 week mark to close that in a 48-day time period. And then the profile of the home: 3-bed, 1 bath, 1,200 square feet for that price range, and then the median price per square foot was 58. So we go on down the price ranges like that. That explains the graph, and you kind of see what we're working with here. You get into the 200 to 500 price range, and that's going to account for most of your market, and that's true for Benton and Washington County. And we start looking at other things. The days on market goes up and up and up. Something I found interesting: the meat of the market is between 60 and 70 days, and that means, as everybody thinks, when you're a seller, you go on the market, if you don't have an offer in a day, something's gone terribly wrong because our market is so busy. But that's not necessarily the case. You have about a 30-day window to get your offer, and that stays along with the market. So, if you're getting pressured to change your price or your strategy, now based on the market reaction, if you're getting a ton of activity and no offers, then you're probably pretty close. And maybe you can hold on a little bit longer or just tweak your price and not do a major adjustment. But if you are not getting any offers at all, traditionally to get an offer on a house within 30 days, that's really fast. But if you're not getting any movement at all, no traction, no showings, things like that, you want to adjust within that first 2 weeks. But the first 30 days are really critical, because it looks like if you don't have an offer in that time frame, you're way off. So most of the homes that we're seeing in that 200 to 500 price point, that accounts for 60%, 65% of our market in Washington County right now, are seeing offers within that 30-day window, and then they're closing 30 to 45 days later. So you can see, something I found interesting was that in both counties, the 4-bed situation popped up as the kind of a characteristic of a home after we got into the 400s. So it went from 3-bed, 2-bath in both counties to a 4-bed, 3-bath once we broke into that barrier. So that was interesting to see. That is also the price point where the price per square foot went up over $200. So the median price per square foot in Washington County and Benton County, Washington County's $203, Benton County's $207, median on the square footage. So those are things that I found interesting. You can review the rest of the graph all on your own, depending on where you think your home is. That profile should help you out. So if you're sitting there with a 3-bed, 3-bath, and you're about 2,500 square feet, where do you think you need to be? Well, maybe, somewhere in the 400s, 3-bed, 3-bath, 20, just very generally give you an idea. You got 2 brackets there, the 400 to 499, 500 to 599. A lot of this depends on different characteristics, things like that, but you definitely get a good snapshot of what's going on in our market when you review numbers like this, and it can help you make well-informed decisions for you and your family. And hopefully, if you find any value in what I do here, you will reach out to me, and I can certainly help you that, and I'll talk more about that here in just a moment. Okay, I am back. Hope you enjoyed that review of Benton, Washington County, and all the different price ranges. Go ahead and review those graphs all you want. One thing I want to mention is what I do when I'm evaluating this data is I am looking for the typical buyer. And so I break everything down into averages and the medians because that's where everything settles. And when you go to market your home, you want to market to the typical buyer. So if you're listing a house that's between $400,000 and $500,000 and it's only got 3 bedrooms and 2 baths, now it may have other things that make it worth that. I'm not saying it's not, but our typical buyer in the $400,000 to $500,000 price range, our typical buyer is looking for at least 4 beds and 3 baths. So to go along with all of the considerations and data points that you have when you're buying and selling a home, you want to try to market it, and also you want to market the home you're selling, and also you want to purchase a home that's kind of right in the river of the market at the time. Because if you're buying, then you want your home to be something a typical buyer is looking for, because that opens up your buyer pool. So it's very important to understand what the typical buyer is looking at. Even though you may have a unique property or something along those lines, it is extremely, extremely important to understand that the starting point is what is the typical buyer in our market. How can I best position my home to get the most eyeballs on it, to get the most traffic through, to get the highest offer in the shortest period of time. So those are some things I would like you to consider as you move on. I appreciate you tuning in for this week. If you think that I am the guy for the job to help you buy or sell here in Northwest Arkansas, just go ahead and give a call, 479-363-4331. Once again, my name is Blake Yount. I am a realtor and executive broker, and as you heard in the background, father of many. And they're right outside the door, pounding, wanting my attention. So I'm gonna go take care of some kids. And if you give me a call or text or message, I will take care of you here in Northwest Arkansas. Appreciate your time. Have a great day. Hope you have a great week. Talk to you soon. Bye.